We are Light Created Shadow from Portland, Oregon. We consider ourselves an artistic post-metal band. My name is Mark Chignon. I'm the vocalist and the guitar player. Jared Johnson plays bass, and Adam Young is the drummer. We worked really hard on developing our intuition between the three of us, and I think it's something that sets us apart. I have kind of a set mode of working by myself, and I usually write the stuff acoustically. When I bring it to the band, like we take it to a whole nother stratosphere where it really expands and grows, and we look for those moments that it's just like an alchemy that happens, and when we lock in on that, then we know where we should take this. I think that's one of the strengths of the band. Everyone's on the same page musically. We try new things and we push the boundaries of our own abilities. I think it's all led to this record. I think if you really listen to the record, like you hear the intricacy and the nuance and the attention to dynamics that we were really hoping for. And in a way, Matt Bayles was the only person that could really fulfill that vision. And we worked really hard. We only had 10 days. It's all we could afford as far as tracking goes, and we did 10, 12-hour days straight. It was a lot. It was a lot of work. To be immersed like that was intense. Matt Bayles is just a savant as a producer and as an engineer. It was a very challenging and rewarding recording process working with him. The record came out exactly the way we wanted it to. Recording at Studio Litho was really a dream come true for us, especially 16-year-old me. There's a lot of history between a lot of my 90s heroes, and to be able to perform and to sing in that studio where Chris Cornell sang and Eddie Vedder sang Mastodon. It's a privilege to be able to create music. I don't take anything for granted. If you can stand in the shadows of people that are legends, there's nothing more soul honoring, in my opinion. There was a lot of respect for the process and for the art that we were creating. We really hope that it connects with an audience. I think there's people out there that are really missing music. I think people are especially wrapped up in, the chaos of their lives. And music used to be this escape. There's meaning that could be derived from music, that people could go deeper into themselves, create their own narratives, create their own dreams. And that's really what we hope happens here, is that we are a conduit for people to have a deeper experience when they go to a show, or when they sit down at 9:30 at night with the headphones on after a day of working their fucking ass off at their shitty job. There's still a place, even in modern day society, modern day life, of, you know, a 30-something or 40-something that can deeply connect with what's being transferred from this record to your inner experience. And to me, that's what music has always been. I think the reality is, though, people are afraid to face their shadow. They're afraid to face who they are, who their true self is, what their fears are, what their lives are really about. Because, like, if you don't face that, what are you gonna do when you're on your deathbed? The music on this record is about a lot of personal concepts for me as the songwriter. There's a lot of esoteric qualities to this record. Primarily, there were paranormal experiences I had in this house I lived in for 4 years that I don't live in anymore.
The house is haunted by the memories that refuse to die. I can't get away from a vision that dreams, even with glimpses of infinite things. A voice in my heart like a torch singer sings. I wonder who's kissing her now. The house is haunted by the echo of your favorite song.
It influenced a lot of the ways that I think about life and death, and how far apart are those things really. You don't have to believe in any of that if you don't want to, but those experiences were quite real for me. This record is also about trauma, and specifically relational trauma. And a lot of the experiences I've had with people have been, unfortunately for me, tied to people that are psychopathic or narcissistic. This is a breeding ground for eventual traumatic experiences that are very psychological and spiritual, and to the emotions, those experiences, which are devastating. There's plenty of people out there that are going through those traumas or have gone through them. It's very hard to explain if you've never went through it, but there is a whole subculture of people that have been abused by people that are psychopathic. I want it to be a bridge there for people to connect that have gone through that. I want it to be a place of healing for them. This music specifically was a place of healing for me, and it has been my whole artistic life, honestly. You know, I don't want to say too much about it, but I think there's also room for your own interpretation of what the music evokes in you. If you think about the title of the record is Ghost Pass Through, Running from the Body. The general notion of what a ghost or a spirit is, it's usually considered someone that has died, that does not know how to let go of their life if it ceases to exist anymore. They're stuck in a purgatory state of not being able to accept that they have died, not being able to fix what happened during their life. And whether or not you believe in paranormal or spirits, that's a metaphor for the way we live. And I think there's a lot of people stuck in purgatory right now, and people taking regret and guilt and shame and placing it in this box and denying that it's there and not really facing their true selves. And it's a hard thing to do, but if you want to be a self-actualized person or somebody who's on the path towards individuation, this is an essential step in the process. To me, music is an absolute main line for that process. We want people that are invested in being a participant in this transference between music and audience. You can still take these concepts, whether it's psychology or metaphysics or quantum physics, put it in a different container and explore that world. I kind of hope that that's what we're doing